Hi, it's Gerald Donovan here, the Grand Seiko guy, and I've got another video to share with you of a extremely rare vintage Grand Seiko. This is the 6146 8030, and is a very peculiar reference because it doesn't appear in any of the original Grand Seiko catalogues or Seiko catalogues of the era. And nor has it appeared in any of the Seiko Sales monthly newsletters. And in fact, we've never seen an official contemporary photograph of this watch anywhere, ever. They are extremely rare. This is probably going to be winging its way to a very important collection shortly, so I thought before it goes off, just give you a, oops, sorry, not nudge the table, just give you a quick overview of the watch. It's very closely related to the 6145 8030, which is a solid gold cased, 6145 just being the date, not the day date, but very similar to this piece, but as I said, in solid gold, whereas this is a steel case. And I am able to confirm that this is hand hammered because I have another beaten up example of one of these watches, and looking at the hammering is different on the two watches. Not really sure about where this watch originated from in terms of its market, although based on the bracelet that is on this watch, and I'll talk about the bracelet in a little while, I think it may well have been for the Hong Kong market. As I said, never appeared in any Japanese catalogues. So the high resolution photograph, which will be on the site accompanying this video, will give you a much better indication as to the quality of the dial on this. This is one of the dials that are referred to as the Starlight dial. It's a very overcast day here, so we're not getting sort of hard light on it, and really this dial needs sort of sunlight or a brighter sort of spot to really show the quality of the dial off. So have a look at go to the site and which the link will be in the description below, and have a look at the beauty shot of the dial to get just a really good sense as to how gorgeous this watch is. It's the only vintage two-tone Grand Seiko, and based on the fact that there is another example of this reference with the same bracelet, I'm just going to zoom out now, in a very important Japanese collection. I believe that this is probably the original bracelet for the watch. Unfortunately, this bracelet is very, very short. In fact, if I try to put it on my wrist to demonstrate just how short it is, there you go. So a good 2-3 inches too short for me. I don't believe this bracelet has ever been used on any other reference, and finding spare links will be very difficult. One interesting thing to point out about the integration of the bracelet, we can see that it's very, very clearly, is specially made for this watch, but they didn't carry on the hammered finishing on the case over onto the end link of the bracelet, which I think gives a little bit of a disjointed look, but it's still great to have the original bracelet, even given that sort of aesthetic anomaly, and the fact that it can't actually, unless you've got a tiny wrist, it wouldn't be able to wear this with the bracelet. It's still nice to have it. This watch is in absolutely spectacular condition. I believe unpolished. I've compared it with the sort of knocked about example that I've got, and the definition of the hammering is much clearer on this one. And as we see the other sides of the case, which are brushed, not mirror polished, you can see just how, actually let's just jump back to 2x zoom. You can see just how good this is. Very, very sharp defined edges with barely a ding on it. We'll just have a look at the other side as well. Again, apologies, this is pre-sold, this piece. And if we flip it over, very nice case back medallion, and it's exactly 50 years old this month, 9 October 1969, October, and this number 221. The other example I have is in the 500s now. I can't believe for one moment that there are hundreds of these watches out there, because if there were, we would see a lot more of them. As it is, maybe one of these surfaces a year, and this is by far the best condition one that I've ever seen. So there you go, just a quick overview. Really just it's nice to document on the site ultimately all of the references, even if unfortunately this one isn't available for sale for anybody. But it's nice just to be able to document these and share these very rare pieces, because there's probably not many videos or any videos of this watch out there. So there you go, the only vintage Grand Seiko in a bimetallic finish. Solid steel hammered case, a gold coloured, I don't know whether this is probably just capped gold or gold plated bezel. Other thing just to point out, the Seiko and the GS logos are both in gold. It's hard to see in this light, but again you'll notice it from the photograph, and a gold surround to the day and date windows. Okay, so there you go, just a little treat, sharing an extremely rare watch with you, the Grand Seiko 61468030.